It's not about women reservation bill. Neither is it about delimitation of constituencies. The whole mudda is about democracy. And trust me, this particular term requires more discussion at this point of time rather than the fact that southern states are going to lose their weight in the parliament due to the increase in seats. So democracy का literal meaning है rule of majority. अब इस लॉजिक से देखें तो अगर 60 लोगों को ऑप्शन ए पसंद है और 40 लोगों को ऑप्शन बी पसंद है, ऑप्शन ए इज गोना विन. एंड हिस्ट्री के हिसाब से देखें तो यही लॉजिक फेयर लगता है. आफ्टर सो मेनी रिवॉल्यूशंस हम आम आदमी को समझ आया है दैट वी आर नॉट गोना बी रूल्ड बाय जस्ट अ हैंडफुल ऑफ पीपल. जो मेजॉरिटी चाहती है वही होना चाहिए. और ब्रिटिशर्स के रूल के बाद कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल ड्राफ्टर्स इसी सोच के साथ आगे बढ़े. इनफैक्ट दे वर एक्चुअली ऑपरेटिंग अंडर यूनिटरी बायस. एकता का भूत सवार था. पीछे की कहानी देखें तो they were actually terrified that if they gave too much individual power to the states, India would again fragment into pieces much like it did during partition. हर कोई अपने अलग देश की मांग करता. And this exact fear got codified in letter and in spirit in our constitution. You want to know how? Hear me out. Under the one person, one vote policy, the constitutional drafters actually vouched for proportional representation in Lok Sabha under Article 81 of the Constitution. यानी जहां जितनी पॉपुलेशन वहां उतने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स. एंड हेंस दिस वुड रिजल्ट इनटू एन इक्वल वॉइस फ्रॉम एवरी नूक एंड कॉर्नर ऑफ इंडिया. मतलब हमें पता चल जाएगा कि मेजॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया क्या चाहती है और फिर वही होगा और वही सही होगा. एटलीस्ट दैट्स व्हाट दे थॉट एट दैट पॉइंट. उन्होंने उस वक्त शायद ये नहीं सोचा दैट इवन इफ द बाउंड्रीज ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज आर ड्रॉन इन अ वे दैट द रेशियो ऑफ सीट्स टू पॉपुलेशन इज यूनिफॉर्म अक्रॉस ऑल द स्टेट्स, इवन देन this might lead to an unfair advantage to just one political party. Globally इस practice को कहा जाता है gerrymandering और वही चीज अभी इंडिया में हो रही है. Northern states are for sure gonna get a major chunk of seats in Lok Sabha, or if I may be so bold to say out loud, BJP would get a major chunk of Lok Sabha seats if at all the upcoming constitutional amendment bill gets passed. सही है ना, जो majority चाहेगी वही decide होगा लोक सभा में. And isn't this is what democracy all about? The rule of majority. But then why doesn't it feel democratic? You know what? Brilliant minds at that point, when the constitution was being drafted, like K. Santhanam, J.S. Mill, James Madison, they actually predicted that this kind of system would actually lead to tyranny of majority. Mane, if the majority decides to take away the rights of minority, a literal democracy would allow it. You saw it for yourself. I boldly get to say it out loud that Priyanka Gandhi was right. If North gets more head counts, it literally gets to rule South. Now this isn't democratic because spiritually democracy upholds moral equality of every citizen. It ensures that no one person's interests are inherently more valuable than another's. और असल गड़बड़ यही तो है क्योंकि जो हमारा हित सभा में रखेंगे उनके पास ही इक्वल पावर नहीं है. जहाँ पॉपुलेशन ज्यादा होगी वहाँ रिप्रेजेंटेशन ज्यादा होगा और उनकी बात को ज्यादा मान दिया जाएगा. जहाँ पॉपुलेशन कम है वहाँ के लोग तो खुद को इस सिस्टम का पार्ट ही नहीं समझेंगे. And that is the reason why political scientist Ernest Lichford actually said that in divided societies based on language, culture, religion, majoritarianism is actually a recipe for civil unrest. He instead advocated for consociational democracy. This particular kind of democracy ensures that even regions are given veto power and a guaranteed weight regardless of the population, which means that every state, regardless of the size, would get the same amount of seats and it's the same amount of representation. पर अगर हम लोग spiritually democracy follow करें और veto power दे दे, फिर तो हम ये कह रहे हैं कि यूपी जहाँ सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन है वहाँ के लोगों का कहना केरला के लोगों से कम है जहाँ कम पॉपुलेशन है. तो फिर सॉल्व कैसे करोगे? This is exactly the dilemma which has actually kept the philosophers active for scores of decades. To achieve voter equality, we risk regional alienation. I mean, let's say if India moves to 100% population-based representation, it's actually shifting from a union of states to a unitary majoritarian state. This is the math versus the myth. The math. 1.4 billion people divided by mere 800 seats. And the myth that we are still a union of states wherein every region is an equal partner. Now, if the math kills the myth, the union loses its spirit. And if the myth ignores the math, the democracy loses its literal meaning. And we haven't even talked about questions like, how the women reservation would be distributed between the states, or whether or not the constitutional amendments proposed by the government alter the basic structure of the constitution, etc., etc., etc. We first need to decide what kind of a democracy do we need. Liberal, consociational, majoritarian, or no democracy at all. Maybe we just want to be a republic. What do you propose?